Have you ever pondered why misunderstandings often occur, even when we think we're communicating clearly? The answer lies not just in how we speak, but more importantly, in how we listen. Today, we're delving into the nuances of the listening spectrum, a concept that holds the key to effective communication. Picture a spectrum, just like the rainbow. On one end, we have passive listening, and on the other, we have active listening. In between, there are various stages, each reflecting a different level of engagement and understanding. At the far left of the spectrum is passive listening. This is when you hear sounds and words, but your focus isn't on understanding the message. It's like when you're in a crowded room and someone's speaking at the other end. You hear the noise, but you're not really listening. A step up from passive listening, we find ourselves at the stage of marginal listening. Here, you're slightly more engaged. You're listening, but only partially. Your mind might wander off, caught up in your own thoughts, or perhaps you're multitasking, and the conversation is only occupying a fraction of your attention. Moving further along the spectrum, we reach the stage of evaluative listening. At this point, you're actively engaged in the conversation, but you're judging and evaluating the speaker's words based on your own beliefs and opinions. You're hearing, but you're not necessarily open to the speaker's perspective. At the far right of the spectrum, we have active listening. This is the pinnacle of effective communication. Here, you're fully engaged, open-minded, and focused on understanding the speaker's message. You're not just hearing the words, you're interpreting the emotions, the context, and the subtext. The listening spectrum is not just a theoretical concept. It's a practical tool that can help us become better communicators. We all have subconscious barriers that hinder our communication. These barriers could be biases, distractions, or preconceived notions. By being aware of where we fall on the listening spectrum, we can identify these barriers and strive to move towards active listening. The listening spectrum is not static. We don't stay at one point all the time. Depending on the situation, the person we're communicating with, or even our mood, we can slide along the spectrum. The key is to be aware of this and consciously make an effort to engage in active listening as much as possible. In conclusion, the listening spectrum offers a roadmap to effective communication. It highlights the importance of not just speaking, but listening, truly listening. It reminds us that communication is not just about conveying our thoughts, but about understanding others. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember the listening spectrum. Be aware of where you stand, identify your barriers, and strive to be an active listener. In doing so, you'll not only become a better communicator, but you'll also foster deeper, more meaningful connections with those around you.